question 8 for RPGaDAY 2016 is hardcover, softcover, digital, what's your preference? Now, I had to think a bit about this, because obviously I'm a great fan of books. You can see a small selection of my books behind me. I've got like 2 entire walls of the room I'm in now covered in books I've collected since I started role-playing. And I do love being able to flick through a book, hardback books being my preference, since they do tend to last a bit longer, you know, with being carried around between games, etc. However, as I've started gaming more online, and I've been exposed to the fact that there's vastly more books out of there than ever previously available, because when I started it was really a case of, if my local gaming store, which is a great store, didn't have a book in, I wouldn't get it. That was all there was to it. I didn't have any other avenue of getting books. However, since things like Drive-Thru RPG, RPG Now have sort of really started sort of going and putting out quality books, it's become a lot easier to get hold of RPG materials. Now, which is a great thing, obviously, because you've got more choice. However, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because as well as there being numerous quality publications out there, there is an awful lot of publications which are maybe not quite so good. So how do you actually pick the ones you want? And if once you have picked the ones you want, how can you afford them? Everyone's got a budget, whether it be a massive budget or a small budget. My budget for roleplay books isn't particularly massive, so I've had to become a little bit more selective as easier access to roleplaying material has become the norm. So what I've started to do, and the tactic that I've adopted, is if I see a book where, and I think, I'm maybe not sure about it, but I want to give it a go, what I tend to do is I'll tend to get the PDF online, because they're normally a lot cheaper, and then if I read it and I think, oh, it's all right, but I'm probably not going to get around to running it, or maybe I'm not so keen on it, I'll just keep the PDF. If, however, I read it and I think that was a really amazing game, or yes, I'm going to run a lot of that game, I'll probably then buy the hardback or the soft cover book, depending on what's available, just because I do find it easier when I'm running a session, even if it's online, if I can just have the book down here on a little table next to me and I can flick to what I want to reference. So that's how I tend to do things now that there's a whole wide panoply of role-playing materials available. I'll go online to like Drive-Thru or RPG Now, or maybe I've just seen a review on Reddit or something like that, and I'll pick up a PDF copy for normally a fairly reasonable price. Once I've got that PDF, if I really enjoy the game and I think I'm going to run it a lot, I will then go out and get a print copy of the book. If there's a hardcover available, I'll probably go for that, since they tend to be more durable. If not, then I'll go for a soft cover. But I tend to only buy actual physical copies if I really love the game or I'm going to run it a lot. So that's my answer for question 8. I'll see you tomorrow for question 9. Take care.